Impression ILT progressive lenses. Simple measurement, individual fitting. Every person is different. Every face is different. The distance between the eyes, the shape of the nose, the position of the ears, all features which are unmistakable. And all features which have to be taken into account in the surfacing of progressive lenses and the fitting of the spectacles to guarantee optimum vision. Rodenstock has made this vision reality. ILT individual lens technology makes individually optimized progressives possible, which make vision a unique experience. With conventional progressives, the face's features and the shape of the frame cannot be taken into account. The near zone and the symmetry of the vision zones for both eyes are defined by standard parameters. With Impression ILT, the individual character of the wearer is now taken into account in the manufacture of the lenses. For the first time, the shape, size and fit of the selected frame form part of the equation. So which parameters are important for the optimization of the optical properties of Impression ILT? The monocular interpupillary distance is now also included in the calculation of Impression ILT. Only 3 further parameters have to be determined in addition to the standard fitting data: the corneal vertex distance, the pentascopic tilt, and the bow of the frame, the so-called dihedral angle. All parameters depend on the selected prescription frame. Exact fitting before the measurements are taken is therefore of great importance. With Rodenstock's new measuring tools, you can determine the individual data in minutes. The values can be determined very easily using the CVD ruler and the specially developed measuring device for the dihedral angle. The monocular interpupillary distance is often measured with a PD meter or a video fitting system. The combination tool, however, can also be used to measure the PD simply and quickly. Just place the tool at the root of the nose and instruct the patient to focus alternately on your left and right eye in order to exclude any possibility of incorrect measurement due to convergence. Read off the value at the point the scale intersects the pupil center for both eyes separately. Now transfer the values to the dummy lenses and recheck the result with the marks on the lenses of the fitted frame. Because the critical feature for the calculation of Impression ILT is the distance from the center of the frame to the center of the pupil. Equally important for the optimization of Impression ILT is the corneal vertex distance of the prescription frame, which can be measured at the side if the frames have only a slight bow. A simple method of measuring this is provided by the newly developed Rodenstock CVD ruler. First, put the frame plane in a perpendicular position and place the prism ruler flat on the frame. Now, align the blue horizontal line so that it coincides with the center of the pupil. The eye should be looking horizontally straight ahead. The skillful arrangement of the prisms above and below the blue line means that the 2 halves of the iris appear offset with respect to one another. This offset is directly related to the corneal vertex distance. Align the ruler so that either the right-hand blue arrow touches the right-hand edge of the iris or the left-hand arrow the left-hand edge of the iris. Now simply read off the value for the corneal vertex distance at the point of intersection of the scale with the offset edge of the iris. The distance between the edge of the iris and the corneal vertex has already been taken into account in the scale. You can naturally determine the pentascopic tilt of the pre-fitted frame with the method of your choice. We would like to show you a simple method to determine the pantascopic tilt not in degrees but in millimeters. First, mark the point of vision on the lens with the eyes looking straight ahead and the frame plane in the perpendicular position, as when fitting aspheric SV lenses. Ask the patient to move around a little in order to relax their body posture again. Now mark the vision point in the lens with the eyes looking straight ahead in this natural body posture. This also marks the glazing height. Measure the distance between these 2 points and note the value in millimeters. Rodenstock will use this value to calculate the angle of pantascopic tilt for you. The final value is the bow of the frame, the dihedral angle. Rodenstock can provide you with a further measuring tool for the exact determination of this value. The measurement takes just a few moments with this. Position the left eye shape parallel to one of the fitting lines. And center the nasal edge of the right eye shape over the point of rotation of the measuring pointer. Align the pointer parallel to this frame half. Now just read off the value for the dihedral angle. As you see, it takes just a few moments to determine the required values to calculate impression ILT. The PD always has to be measured anyway. The only additional values are those for the corneal vertex distance, the pantascopic tilt, and the dihedral angle. You and your patients profit from impression ILT. High spontaneous compatibility, reduced swimming, and optimized vision zones provide substantially more vision comfort. And your patients receive sound and individual advice. The Individual Progressive Lens, Impression ILT.